And they are absolutely sure that you took them on a ride that they never want to get off of, is how they feel about you. Good day, good evening, good afternoon, depending on where you are in the world. Welcome to Milk Honey Rose. I am Mystic Alchemy. Thank you for being here. So when with you, there are places that you take them in which they have never been before. The crazy part about it is that you never had to leave your door. Okay? This is like special, especially spectacular, because how did you do that? Okay? It's that type of energy. Like, how did you do that? And it's through the mind. Ooh, isn't that nice? Oh my gosh, it's so exciting. Let me tell you. When you're able to travel through the dimensional thoughts, I was going to say the dimensions of thoughts. However, dimensional thoughts came out. I like both, so we're just going to leave it as that. Okay? It is the ability to think abstractly, as well as the ability to be open-minded. Because to truly explore the unknown, one must be open-minded. Once you close yourself off, you deter yourself from learning more about the spiritual aspect of life, because you know it's a journey in and of itself. The spiritual aspect is a journey that's completely different from the physical. And so you are a spiritual being, right? And being that you spend quality time in the spirit, you're able to take this person's hand and tell them, come on, let's take a walk. And then let's fly, okay? Because that's what happens. It's like eventually you take off. At first it's like a little walk, a little stride, you know? A little stride, a little stroll to the stride. And then eventually your feet lift up off the ground. At least that's what it feels like. That is what an awakening feels like. Okay? Because you lift off. It's a takeoff. Because you are in a whole new world at that point. That awakening, it is solidified when everything looks different. You look at this whole place like, wait a minute, where have I been all my life? Because this is not the same place that I knew when I was young. It's not the same place. And so this is the beauty that you've brought to this person in a very fascinating way. It's like now their interest is piqued and they're fascinated. The journey it becomes more beautiful after this. At that point, once this person recognized the beauty of the unknown, it just makes you want to dive in even deeper, because there's so many things to explore. There's so much beauty that hasn't been looked at enough. And the other aspect of the beautiful, I want to say, expression of this is that everyone, or how can I put it? Two people could see the same thing or experience the same thing and gain a different understanding. And that's what makes the exploration so beautiful. And when the two of you share your insight with each other, it just illuminates the greatness of life and the fullness of life and the wholeness of self, once you're able to not only walk in the physicality of self, however also in the spiritual aspect of self. It really is it really is a ride. They feel like they got took. You took them on the ride of their life, and they will never get off this ride. Okay? They are much more than satisfied, because it is guaranteed. Okay? So that is it for this message. If you deem this energy as suitable to continue to walk with you on your spiritual journey, drop it down in the comments below. 888, I declare this is my future love. And this is also an aspect of your love, because you are open, willing, ready, and able to express your love in such a way to take them to a very sacred space. And it's a space that not everyone gets to experience, unfortunately. But for you to have granted them access out of love, that is an aspect of your love. Thank you for listening. Thank you for being here. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe if you feel in my vibe, especially if this message does resonate with you. To book healthy conversation, you can by visiting www.milkhoneyrose.org. Also, you can join the membership here on YouTube to gain access to additional content. Thanks again for listening. I'll see you in the next one.